Hi there, this is Dave and welcome to my Christmas special, the top 10 best snowy areas in JRPGs Part 2. Last year to celebrate Christmas, I made Part 1, where I spoke all about great snowscapes in JRPGs, and I do think that it's nice to go on and continue the tradition. If you do want to see the first part, be sure to check out the video description, the link is right there. Originally, I did want all the areas to be specifically Christmas, but I could only think of a few of them, so instead we are opening it up to all different snowy areas, and let's go ahead and get started looking at some of the best. Number 10, Snowdin of Undertale, released for the PC. While there are various smaller respites strewn about the world of Undertale, you can really only truly classify one as a town, and that's Snowdin. It's here that Chris meets many of the strange and eccentric characters that she'll encounter on her journey. It's rather a strange juxtaposition because the second that she arrived in the underworld, she's been harassed constantly by those deranged skeleton brothers, only for her to stumble across an absolutely peaceful, pristine, storybook Christmas town. But the second that she leaves, those stupid brothers are right back at it again to bother you. It's just a nice, funny little reprieve that she gets. Number 9, Imil of Golden Sun, released for the Game Boy Advance. This is yet another series that really got the shaft as game development costs began to rise. I think that it sold well enough and has enough name recognition still to do well today, especially as a budget title, so please Camelot, bring this series to the Switch, even if I was burned by Dark Dawn. But I digress. Imil is Mia's icy little hometown, and the villagers there act as keepers of the Mercury Lighthouse. Like some other ice towns on this list, at first it's kept in the grip of cold, with only Mia staving off the worst of the effects. Your two goals intertwine though. You need to climb the lighthouse to save it from being lit, and Mia needs to get the water of Hermes to save the villagers. So, not only do you get this nice cute icy village, but you get a nice cute party member too. Number 8, Orkutsk of Dragon Quest VIII, released for the PS2 and 3DS. As the first modern Dragon Quest, VIII had a multitude of wonderful towns populated by memorable characters. However, only one of them can really truly fit on this list. Orkutsk kind of reminds me of Welgarth in the second game, insofar as it's kind of a nothing burger on the surface, but the real meat of it is entirely underground. Ever hear that Alaskan town where all the people live in the same building? Well, that is the theme here. The town is designed in a multi-level ring formation where you climb up and down to different shops, houses, and establishments, all connected to one another. While that can make the town a little bit mazy and complex, it also makes it warm and cozy. Everybody knows everyone else, and they're all willing to help out our intrepid little heroes. Number 7, Kelaso Village of Blue Dragon, released for the Xbox 360. Blue Dragon is a hidden gem, and I really do think that it's going to be doomed to obscurity like Lucien's Quest and Cosmic Fantasy II, just because of the system that it was released on. Microsoft isn't exactly known for catering to JRPG enthusiasts, so many of us didn't get a chance to experience it the first time around. However, this game is what Final Fantasy XIII should have been. There's a cute story, job classes, and a huge world map to explore. It's a fantastic throwback to JRPGs of yore. Kelaso Village is the last town that you're going to be exploring together, tucked away in the mountains, and it is accessible only by air. Here, you're going to learn more about our littlest friend, as well as the locations of all those pesky dragons. Number 6, Opalus of Arc-Rise Fantasia, released for the Nintendo Wii. I love Arc-Rise Fantasia. I love the characters, I love the towns and the glorious world map, I love the design, the skill progression system. Hell, I even love the horrible voice acting. Opalus, the Jewel of the Arctic, is the first of many cities that we're going to see on this list. That is, that it's built on learning, magic, and high technology. I mean, the one and only university in the entire world is located here, and they're the only town in the world smart enough to actually erect a barrier to keep the city safe from all of the monsters, as well as the incoming attacks from the Empire. Good thing Surge is friends with General Elliot so we can save this pristine gem. Number 5, the Sielje region of Wild Arms 2, released for the PlayStation. Very similar to Opalus, Sielje is an icy town ensconced within a barrier that doubles as a center of learning. Here, you're going to find the Magic College as well as the Museum of Wonders. I really don't know why this trope exists, but here it is. Our resident scatterbrain mage, Lilka, is from this magical town, and she isn't exactly itching to go back, but she has to in order to get those tablets examined. Ashley and the crew go on, and then Lilka confronts her past here, along with the legacy of her sister, as you warp from region to region, exploring this beautiful town. Oddly enough though, you can actually fall off the edge of the town, and I guess that's the game's way of showing you that you've actually left the protection of the barrier. Number 4. Sniflheim of Dragon Quest XI, released for the Nintendo Switch as well as the PS4. Look! Here we have yet another snowy town that also doubles as a center of learning. What a shock! When you first arrive, the entire place is frozen solid, and you're forced to investigate through a back door. Apparently, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and the whole place is under a curse by Boo Belinda. It's only after you venture out, braving snowy vistas into the Royal Library, that you're able to rescue the town from its deep freeze. And it's also here that you unfortunately decide to let Boo Belinda go free, for no other reason than her being a hot girl in a tight spandex suit with big boobs. Apparently, you can ruin people's lives and get off scot-free if you're hot in the world of Dragon Quest. Number 3. Keterburg of Tales of the Abyss, released for the PS2 and 3DS. Keterburg isn't just a snowy town, it is a snowy resort town, filled to the brim with things to do, such as the casino, the decadent inn, and scattered vacation homes. While Flanor and Symphonia was beautiful in its own right, complete with bonding events under the falling snow, Keterburg isn't as serene. The casino just underfoot belies the town's nature as a den of inequity, and while many people go into the inn to relax, drink a nice hot cocoa, and warm up by a toasty fire, Jade and Dist have other plans. They're at that inn for some kinky one-on-one BDSM action. And as we all know that those two are gay-coded, that scene definitely has a different meaning to me. Number 2. Zeal and Earthbound Village of Chrono Trigger, released for the SNES, PC, and DS. Does Zeal count as a snowy town? Not really. Do I care if it counts? Again, not really. In 12,000 BC, during the height of the Ice Age, the world is split into two different realms. That of the magicless Earthbound ones who dwell in caves sheltered from the torrential blizzards, and then in the skies above are the enlightened ones who live in the floating city ruled over with an iron fist by Queen Zeal. Zeal is undoubtedly the coolest town in the entire game, with interesting puzzles, cool storyline tie-ins, tons of lore, and the reactivation of Marl's pendant. However, the whole time that you're island hopping around, you're also going back and forth between the dystopian magical realm and the more egalitarian realm of the surface, who are just kind of huddled together struggling to survive. And number 1, South Park of South Park: The Stick of Truth, released for the PC and PS3. I was a sophomore in high school when South Park first came out, and growing up in a pretty strict religious household, I had to ask permission before I was able to watch many TV shows. I remember asking for permission, and my parents watched the old Stop, Drop, and Roll volcano episode in the first season, and they thought that it was the stupidest thing that they've ever seen in their entire life, yet they still gave me permission to watch the show. And I liked it while I was in high school, but over the years, I did kind of drift away from the show. However, I fell right back in love with it whenever this small town just sprung to life right in front of my eyes in The Stick of Truth. Being able to really explore every nook and cranny of the town, and having its characters just be as wacky as the show, really made this become a no-brainer as my choice of my favorite snowy town in the list. Well, that's it for the top 10 best snowy areas in JRPGs Part 2. I do hope that all of you have a very Merry Christmas, and if you like this video and what I do here on the channel, please consider supporting me over on Patreon, hanging out on the Twitch to watch some streams, or joining the Discord to chat. The links to them all can be found in the video description. This has been David, and if you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.